play it on the ground. He plays it where?
In the air.
In the air with his broomsticks. Oh, it's amazing. He gets to go through all sorts of tunnels and secrets to find out answers to certain questions. Have you ever heard of the game of chess?
Yes.
Have you played chess?
Yes.
Have you ever played chess on a life-size board and become one of the players?
No.
No, that's what Harry Potter gets to do. Have you ever seen a dog before?
Yes.
You've seen dogs. Well, guess what kind of dog Harry Potter gets to see? One with 3 heads. And it's very ferocious. It's guarding something that Harry is not allowed to find out. And he has to figure out how to get past that dog. And he has to figure out how to become invisible. And he does. So Harry Potter has tons of wonderful adventures that he goes on. And he makes tons of friends. When you go to school and you're very, very nervous on the first day, you make a lot of friends. Well, Harry Potter is just like you and I, except that he's a wizard. And he made a very good friend named Neville. Do you remember what Neville had as a pet? What did he have as a pet? It goes, ribbit.
Frog.
It is a frog. Neville had a frog. Well, guess what? Today, I have a frog to show you. When Harry Potter went to his cousin's birthday party, he saw something else.
Snake.
I have a snake today. And that snake could talk. There's a snake in the story that could talk. Can snakes really talk?
No.
I'm going to show you and prove to you that mine does. And how do people in the wizard world talk to the other wizards? Can they call people on the phone? No, they can't. They have to do something else to get messages all the way on the other side of wizard school. They used, somebody said it over here, birds. What kind of birds? Owls. Guess what, guys? I have an owl. Okay? Now, I brought these animals to show you and to compare between the stories that you hear about these animals and the real thing. Are you ready to listen? Okay. Here's the deal with my animals, now that you know a little bit about Harry Potter. I have a few rules about my animals. First of all, like we said before, everybody must stay sitting. The good thing about this is that I will come right to you. You won't have to go anywhere. Okay? Do you think when I come around with these animals, you should wave your hands all around in the air? Or poke any of my animals in the eye? No. You should keep your hands in your laps until I come to you and say, okay, you can touch the animal now. Okay? Also, when I come around, it needs to stay very quiet. Because these animals, are they bigger than us? No, they're a lot smaller. So if we yell, they might get scared and say, oh no. And when animals get scared, they're not very friendly. Okay? Please don't touch any of my animals on their heads, because they might get poked in the eye. They might think your fingers are worms and take a chomp. Okay? You guys can have a seat right there. That's fine. Oh, they know each other. Buddy, what's up? Have a seat, sweetie. Not right here. If you could sit right there, that would be perfect. Thank you. Okay. You guys can fill them in on the Harry Potter story later on, right? All right. So those are my rules. You need to stay quiet. You need to stay sitting. And your hands need to be in your laps, okay? I promise I will answer any questions that you will have, but you know what? If you listen, I may answer them during the story, okay? Are you ready for the first one?
Yeah.
Okay. This first one that I have to show you is a pillowcase. No, I'm just kidding. But it is the one when Harry Potter went to the restaurant, went to his cousin's birthday party. He saw a beautiful snake inside a glass cage. Well, when Harry Potter went up to that glass cage and touched it, the glass disappeared. And the snake got out. But the snake didn't hurt anyone. You know what he said? He said, "Thanks for freeing me. I'm going back to Brazil. And that's what he did. He crawled away. And everybody around Harry Potter said, oh my goodness, there's a snake loose. But it didn't hurt anyone. Remember the rules. Good. Now, I have nothing that will hurt you. Do you think I would bring something that would hurt you? No, definitely not. This is a corn snake. Have you heard of corn snakes before? Yeah. Corn snakes are not venomous. They don't have any poison inside of them. They have no poison, so I wouldn't have a snake that would hurt me. Definitely not. They call them corn snakes because when the Native Americans or the Indians first saw them, they looked like the color of corn. That's the only reason they're called corn snakes. They don't eat corn. They don't like corn to eat, okay? I'm going to let you guys touch this snake. Now, remember? Oh, we're forgetting our rules. We're forgetting our rules. Okay. Remember the rule about not touching the head? Yes. That's the only rule I have about this snake. This snake only has one head. It's not like the three-headed dog in the story, okay? So when you touch it, touch him down here, okay? And I'll tell you a little bit about this snake. Now listen, because he has something to tell us. Can you hear him? No. Remember what I told you? Can snakes talk? No, snakes can't talk. Yeah, it's another April Fool's, that's right. Only the snakes in stories and cartoons can talk, okay? Now, a lot of people, remember, I'll come to you. Hang on, I'll come to you. A lot of people are afraid of snakes because look at them.
Let me take them first.
They're very funny looking. They don't have any what? What do you guys have? Legs and arms. They don't have anything like that. Shh. Oh, it's getting too noisy. I have to wait. Also, when you touch, only 2 fingers, okay? They have scaly skin because they're reptiles. And reptiles have been around for millions and millions of years, okay? Now, oh. It's okay. Okay, remember to keep your hands down, cutie. You touched already, okay? Very good job. Now, a lot of people, hang on one second, I'll come to you guys in a minute. A lot of people think that snakes are slimy. Are they slimy? No. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie.
It looks like how come the bottom is
Hang on, it's getting a little noisy. Guys want to touch? Yeah. Okay. Remember to say crisscross applesauce so I can fit through, cutie. There you go. You can touch, honey. Good job. Good job. And my little corn snake's being very good. Now he's wrapping himself around me, not because he wants to hurt me, but because he's cold. Reptiles are cold-blooded. Hang on, I'll come over there. Sweetie, you have to leave this an aisle for me so I can come through. Good job. Do you want to touch? Good job. Did you guys touch? Yes? No? Do you want to touch? Come on over. Very good. Good job. Okay, let me come over here. Excuse me, sweetie. Good job. Keep your hands in till I come to you. You can touch, honey. It's okay. Now, like I said before, the snake would always win the staring contest because they don't have eyelids. Yeah, so they would always win, okay? Now again, I don't know if you heard me, but he's wrapping around me not because he's trying to squeeze me to death, but because he's cold-blooded and he feels how warm I am, so he's trying to get warm too, okay? Do you have any questions about this snake? Any questions? Yes. He eats rodents like rats and mice and things like that. How does, hang on. Hang on, boys and girls, we have to show the adults how quiet it can get because the adults are a little out of control. So show them how we should be acting. Very good. How do they fit a big fat rat in their mouth? Well, let me tell you. Feel your jaw. You feel where your jaw connects on the side? They can take their jaws apart and open their mouths super, super wide. So they can fit something as big as a hamburger into their mouths. That'd be like if you guys ate a hamburger. They can open their mouths to eat an egg or a really big rat. Can we do that? No. Don't try either. Okay, other questions about the snake? Yes. What is cold-blooded? Good question. It doesn't mean that all reptiles are cold-blooded. They have scaly skin, and that's just the way reptiles are. We are mammals, so we have warm blood. That's right. They do hibernate if it gets too cold. Very good. So whatever temperature it is on the outside, they feel on the inside. Yes? Yeah?
Why is he skinny?
He's just a skinny snake. Corn snakes don't get very fat, like the pythons and the boa constrictors. Well, he hasn't eaten yet. He didn't eat today. And I was telling Mrs. Johnson I'm going to feed him as soon as we're finished with this. Yes?
We can touch his tongue.
I wouldn't touch his tongue, and you know what? You brought up a very good point. He's sticking his tongue at you. Well, why is he sticking his tongue at you? He is smelling the air. Very good. He is tasting with his tongue. Did you know snakes taste and smell with their tongue?
Yes.
Yeah. So right now he's going like this. I don't smell any rats in here, only little boys and girls, and I don't really like to eat them. Except for maybe you. You look pretty good to eat. No, I'm just kidding. Yes?
What do they have eyebrows?
Why do they don't have eyebrows? They don't have eyelids, they don't have anything, just an eye.
How come that stuff on it?
These are scales. He has scaly skin, and what do snakes do when they get too small for their skin? They shed their skin. Now that doesn't kill the snake, it's like you peeling off your sock. That's all. Yes?
What do you,
Go ahead.
what is the back of the snake?
The bottom?
White in the back.
Underneath he has, if you look at the bottom of your shoe, you've got little treads. That helps you to hold on to things. Well, these little white things down here are called scoots, and that helps him to climb trees and hold on to things. Like Spider-Man, that's right. Yes?
What do they have in stomach?
Their stomach is kind of long. Snakes are a little bit different than us. So if I took you, stood you up, and stretched you out as big as this room, all of your organs inside would be stretched out too. So you'd be really stretched. And snakes actually only have one lung. They don't have two lungs for breathing. They only have one. Okay, couple more questions. Yes?
How does a snake sleep?
How does a snake sleep? Like this. He sleeps with his eyes open. If he doesn't have eyelids, he's got to sleep with his eyes open. Yes?
When he eats like a rat, a big rat, wouldn't he have big huge lump in the middle?
He would, and you know what they do? It's very silly looking. They have, you can tell what they ate or that they ate because they have a big lump in the side, in their mouth, and then they digest it. Just like you digest your food, you don't have a big chicken leg on your stomach, right? There's certain chemicals inside their body that breaks down their food, and then they have to poop it out, just like we do.
How do
That's
they
it.
do it though?
You want to get eaten and you'll see the whole thing. Okay? Let me put him away and then I'll answer some more questions.
I have a question. You put him in the back.
I put him in here because there's holes in here and he can flatten his body and get right out. And I don't think some people would like that very much.
I would.
Okay, other questions? Yes, couple more.
Is he happy?
He's very happy. All of my animals are very, very happy because they don't, hang on. Oh yeah, he can breathe. They don't live in these cages back at Wildlife on Wheels. They have very big enclosures and they have all of their habitat looks like their enclosures. So he has trees to climb on. He has all sorts of different things and he's very happy.
And he's real happy.
Because somebody gave him to us. They didn't want to keep him.
You're Wildlife on Wheels, right?
Yes.
Why don't you use wood and go back?
We can put some of these animals back, but we try to keep the tame ones because if we put them back in the wild,
People will hunt them.
they won't know how to take care of themselves and they'll die. This one we're keeping, what's that?
They were born there, weren't they?
You know what? I'll talk to you about it after the program.